Okay, I think we should start. Huh? Okay, we will start. Shuklam Vishnum Sashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannabadanam Dhyayet Sarvabhigno Dorbiryukta Chaturbispatikamaнимayi Makshamalam Dadhana Haste Naikena Padmam Sitamapi cha Shukam Pustakam Chaparena Bhasa Kunde Dushankaspatikamanibha Bhasamana Samana सा मे वाग्देवतेयं निवसतु वदने सर्वदा सुप्रसन्ना कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलं वाल्मीकेर्मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथानादं को न याति परां गतिम् गोष्पदीकृतवाराशिं मशकीकृतराक्षसं रामायण महामाला रत्नं वन्दे नीलात्मजं यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकं वैदेही सहितं सुरद्रुमतले हैमे महामण्डपे मध्ये पुष्पकमासने मणिमये वीरासने सुस्थितम् अग्रे वाचयति प्रभञ्जनसुते तत्त्वं मुनिभ्यः परं व्याख्यान्तं भरतादिभिः परिवृतं रामं भजे श्यामलं नमोऽस्तु रामाय सलक्ष्मणाय देव्यै च तस्यै जनकात्मजायै नमोऽस्तु रुद्रेन्द्र यमानिलेभ्यो नमोऽस्तु चन्द्रार्कमरुद्गणेभ्यः हरिः ओम्. So we have come to the last leg, the final session, hopefully, for Ramayanam, which we started 4 years back. Ramesh tells me we started 4 years back in March, on March 12th, 2017 or something like that. So it has taken 4 years for us to come here. So today we will have the last 6-7 sargas of Ramayana. So last class we stopped with this Sita's Agni Pravesha, and we did a little bit of analysis because sometimes these events are very hard to understand. So with our limited understanding, we were trying to look at that. So after the Rama was reminded of his true nature, and I think the gods asked Rama to accept Sita, and Rama said, "I know all that. It's not that I don't know, but I need to do all these." Some such slokas were there. Dasharatha comes and blesses Rama and Sita, and Dasharatha says, "For this act of what you have done, you will be remembered forever." So all those we saw last class. Now it is all return journey now. Everything is over. The Avatara Purusha Mahima is over. All things have been sorted out. So it is just going back. 121st Sarga. So Vibhishana basically offers Pushpaka Vimana for Rama's return journey. That is what this Sarga is. There are 30 verses, shlokas in this Sarga. First 15 shlokas. Vibhishana requests Rama to stay for a few days in Lanka and give him the pleasure of serving him. So that is what he basically requests Rama. But Rama, in his own characteristic style, says, "I'm not in any way trying to disregard your sentiment and request, but my heart goes out to Bharata. I want to go back to Ayodhya as soon as I can." And he requests, he asks Vibhishana, "How do I go? How do we make this return? How do we go back?" Then Vibhishana offers the Pushpaka Vimana, and he basically says, "I will prepare the Pushpaka Vimana for your use," and so on. So all those are part of this sarga. We'll see two shlokas from this sarga. Tambina Kaikayi Putram Bharatam Dharmacharinam Name Snanam Bahumatam Vastranya Bharanani Cha. Tam Bina Kaikayi Putram Bharatam Dharmacharinam Name Snanam Bahumatam Vastrani Abharanani Cha. Vastranyabharanani Cha. The E and A becomes Ya. Yan Sandhi. So Vastrani Abharanani Cha. So Tam Dharmacharinam, that everything is now in Dutiya Bhakti. So all of them are together. You see, Tam, Bharatam, Kaikeyi Putram, Dharmacharinam. So all these means Bharata. Bharata, who is Dharmacharina, one who is practices dharma all the time, who is the son of Kaikeyi Putram, Dharmacharinam Bharatam, Tam Vina. See, this Sanskrit, Vina is without, Saha is along with. So in Sanskrit grammar, if you say Saha, you have to use Tritiya Bhakti. Putrena Saha, Matra Saha, Kutumbena Saha, Devalayam Gachamah. So when Saha comes, you have to use Tritiya Bhakti. When Vina comes, you have to use Dvitiya Bhakti. That is the grammatical application. Since it says Vina, means without him. Saha means along with. So this is opposite of Saha. So Saha is in Tritiya Bhakti, Vina is in Dvitiya Bhakti. That's why it says Tam Vina, Kaikeyi Putram Vina, Bharatam Vina, Dharmacharinam Vina. Name Snanam. So Snanam means, it doesn't mean, Rama is not taking bath all these days. It doesn't mean. Here Snanam means ritual bathing. Means properly he from 14 years of Vanavasa, it is like, they say Avabrita Snana, when a great act is over, it culminates in what is called Avabrita Snana. So like that, here Snana means it marks the end of something. So here, if Rama enters into Lanka, which he never did, he never entered into Kishkinda. He asked Lakshmana to do the Pattabhishekam of Sugriva after Vali's death. After Ravana's death, again he asked Lakshmana to do the Pattabhishekam of Vibhishana. The reason is, he wants to complete it only back at Ayodhya. He should enter only Ayodhya after the 14 years of Vanavasa. That is why the Snanam does not mean taking bath. It means marking the completion of his vow that he has taken, that he gave to his father, Pitruvakya Paripalanam. So Name Snanam, Vastrani Abaranani Cha, wearing jewels and different garments. I should be like this until I reach Ayodhya. Bahumatam, it is not to my liking. That's what one reason he gave. Then Nakal Vetanna Kuryam Te Vachanam Rakshaseshwara Tantume Brataram Drashtum Paratam Twarate Manaha Na Kalu Yetena. U plus A becomes Va. U plus A becomes Va. Again, this is called Yansandhi actually. Na Kalu Yete Etat. Na Kalu Etat Na Kuryam Te Vachanam Rakshaseshwara Tantu me brataram drishtum bharatam tvarate manah. Etat te vachanam Rakshaseshwara. What you have requested? You have placed a request. Please, honor me by staying here for a few days at my company. That's what you said. Te vachanam he Rakshaseshwara. Nakalu etat na kuryam. I would not. It is not that I am, doing a tiraskara. Don't think that I am not, honoring your request. So there are two na here. Na kalu etat na kuryam. So there are. It's not that I don't want to do. Don't take it like that. Tam brataram bharatam. Again, all are in Dvitiya Vibhakti. Tam brataram bharatam drashtum me tvarate manaha. My mind is rushing to see my brother Bharata. I'm longing to see my brother. My mind or my heart is going towards Bharata. I cannot afford to delay that. Therefore, you please don't mistake me. Like that, Rama tries to pacify Vibhishana and tell him, don't think I did a tiraskara of your request. 122nd Sarga in Yuddha Kanda. So Rama, Sita, Lakshmana, all of them enter the Pushpaka Vimana along with Sugriva, Vibhishana and others. Actually, these are small sargas actually. 27 shlokas in this sarga. In the first 9 shlokas, see, the original plan was Rama, Sita and Lakshmana actually go in Pushpaka Vimana back. That is the idea. So before Rama leaves, Rama is telling Vibhishana that you must bestow gifts to Sugriva and other Vanara leaders and honor them. Means, you give them enough respect so that that's one way to send them back with some gifts and honoring them and so on. So Rama tells that to Vibhishana asks, what should I do? Rama says, you bestow some gifts to Sugriva and all other Vanara leaders so that, in a very proper way, they all return back. That was the idea. So he said that, and then after bidding goodbye and expressing his gratitude to all of them because of their help, because Sugriva helped and Vibhishana helped in this whole project, which culminated in Ravana Vada. So after bidding goodbye and expressing his gratitude to all of them, Rama actually prepares to leave in Pushpaka Vimana. Now at that time what happens is, Sugriva comes and makes a request. He says, we all want to come and see you, getting consecrated. So we would like to see that ourselves. So when such a request was made, Rama agreed. Vibhishana also joins. So that's how all of them join. So at the request of Sugriva and Vibhishana, Rama takes along with him Sugriva and other Vanara leaders and Vibhishana. All of them go along with, I have decided they are all going to along with Rama in the Pushpaka Vimana back. So that is what is happening in this sarga. The return journey. The 123rd sarga is the aerial return journey. While they are returning from Lanka back to Ayodhya, Rama gives a certain description of things. That's how this sarga is. He gives a certain description of what are all the places and so on. So first 15 verses, Rama actually shows to Sita the places where he killed the Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Indrajit, all those, Rakshasa leaders. All of them he shows in those places. That's all the first 15 shlokas. Then shlokas 16 to 38, Rama shows the places where he shows the bridge. Basically, the bridge which Nala built, he shows that. He shows the landscape on the other side of the ocean. then the Kishkinda, etc. All those he shows. So when that is happening, Sita makes a request. Sita says, "Can you alight? Can you halt the Pushpaka Vimana at Kishkinda? Because we should take all the wives of the Vanara leaders along with us to Ayodhya." So the Pushpaka Vimana stops there, and all the Tara, Tyadi, everybody comes. They all also join the this party, this group, and that's all described in these shlokas. And then the journey continues. Then Rama shows all the places where he killed Kabanda, where he met Sabari. Everything he shows. The Pampa River, Kishkinda, all those places. Janasthana, where he killed several demons. Everything he shows, and also he shows the Bharadwaja's ashram, where they actually make a halt. So this sarga is an sort of an aerial description of their return journey by way of Rama showing different places while they are going back. 124th Sarga. So Rama meets Bharadwaja in his ashram, and Rama, first thing Rama asks, is everything fine in Ayodhya? That's what Rama asks. And when Bharadwaja replied, sage Bharadwaja replied, he not only talked about that, he also told Rama, all that you went through, I know. What happened in Janasthana, what kind of things happened in between. Everything he said, I am aware. From the time you left until you came here, what are all the things happened, I am aware. He tells Rama, although I was concerned, but I knew everything. That's what Bharadwaja says in those 8 shlokas from 11 to 18. Then Rama asks for a boon from Bharadwaja. So sage Bharadwaja says, whatever is your boon, I will grant it. So he says, can you make this whole place of this flora to be very heavenly, full, rich in fruits and all that? Can you make it fully blossoming and all that? Which Bharadwaja agrees. And if you ask what was the reason for it, it comes, I think, somewhere later, that that's the way to make the Vanaras happy. So they all, you remember the Madhuvana episode, which in the Dimukha and all that in the, Sundarakanda, towards the end of Sundarakanda, we saw that. So the Vanaras, Rama wants the Vanaras to enjoy all the fruits, and that is the reason why he asked for such a boon, looks like. And anyway, Bharadwaja grants the Rama the boon that he asked for. So all those are described in 124th Sarga. We will see some shlokas here. So pruchadabivaadyainam Bharadvajam tapodhanam Shrunoshi kachit bhagavan Subikshanayam pure Kachit sayukto bharato Jivantyapi cha mataraha Saha aprichat abhivadya enam. So there are 4 words there which are all combined in Sandhi. It looks like so pruchata abhivadyainam. This is actually 4 words. Saha aprichat abhivadya enam Bharadwajam tapodhanam. So Saha Rama aprichat asked abhivadya, having offered his obeisance or his pranams to him, to Bharadwajam tapodhanam, who was the embodiment of tapas. Tapodhanam Bharadwajam aprichat. And what did he ask? Srinoshi kaschid bhagavan. Have you heard, hey Bhagavan, have you heard? Subikshanam ayam pure, about the abundance and all that of Pura. The Pura is Bharat, because they are close to Ayodhya now. So he is talking only about Ayodhya now. Subikshanam ayam pure, Srunoshi, Bhagavan, Kachita. Then Kachit sa yuktaha Bharataha jivanti apicha mataraha. Hope Bharata is all fine, very doing things fine, and hope all the mothers, all my mothers are alive. Jivanti apicha mataraha, because it is 14 years. He has left no news about them for 14 years. So after coming back uh, at the first point of contact, which is Sage Bharadwaja, Rama actually asks these questions to him. Sage Bharadwaja gave some reply, as I told you, a couple of shlokas we will see. Ajna vashatve bharato jatilastvam pratikshate paduke te puraskritya sarvam cha kushalam grihe. Ajna vashatve. See, vasha means under the control, right? Vasha means, paravasha means somebody's control. Vasha is control. Ajna vashatve. He is under the obedience of your commands. And what was your commands? It was in Bharata Ashrama only, in Bharadwaja Ashrama only. Finally, Rama gave his padukas and asked by, that was the end of Ayodhya Kanda, if you remember. So he is Bharataha jatilaha Bharataha tvam pratikshate. Jatilaha tvam pratikshate. Jatilaha Bharataha. Bharata with all his jata and all that. He is all with matted hair and all that. He is like that. Tvam pratikshate. Pratiksha means awaiting. So tvam pratikshate. He is awaiting your return. That is the meaning of that. Te paduke puraskritya, celebrating your wooden sandals. Puraskara, I mean, keeping it in great respect. Puraskritya, te paduke puraskritya. He is waiting. He is actually keeping the wooden sandals that you gave as your proxy, and he is all jatadari actually, and he is waiting for you. Pratikshate, tvam pratikshate. Sarvam cha kushalam grihe. Everybody is doing fine. So Bharadwaja replied to Rama that everything is fine. That's what happens. Then the next Yuddha Kandam 125th Sarga. Then what happens is Rama sends word through Hanuman. So these are some very niceties that we'll have to actually notice in Ramayana. Before he reaches, even before he reaches, like a pilot, this happens with a lot of VIPs also. It happens before they come, somebody goes ahead of that VIP. That is for a different reason in today's terms. That they do because they want to make sure all arrangements are very nicely done. The VIP will be happy that everything is sorted out. His 4-square meal with all non-veg, everything is ready. This is what people are doing today. They want to make sure the room he is staying is so palatial. That is the reason they send, whereas Rama sent for a different reason. That is the charm of Ramayana. We will see that anyway. So in this Sarga, 45 verses, Rama sends message to Guha and Bharata through Hanuman. Please go and inform them that I am arriving soon. Give them that message. So Hanuman meets Guha and informs him of Rama's return. That is Shringabera Pula. That is where it happens. Then Hanuman also informs Bharata of Rama's return, and Bharata is greatly rejoiced, offers gifts to Hanuman. All those happens in this Sarga. We will again see a few shlokas which convey this spirit of this chapter. Ayodhyam tvarito gaccha kshipram tvam plavagotama janihi kachit kushali jano nripati mandire. Ayodhyam tvaritaha gaccha kshipram tvam plavagotama. Okay. Okay. So Plavagas are those who jump and go. They're monkeys basically. So Plavagotama. Plavagotama is the best of best of those. Plavagotama here is a Sambodhana for Hanuman. Okay, hey Plavagotama, Tvam Kshipram Gacha Tvaritaha Ayodhyam. Immediate right away you leave and immediately you go to quickly go to Ayodhya. For what? Janihi, to know. Kachit Kushali Janaha Nripati Mandire. In the royal place, just go and see if everything is fine. Everybody is Kushala. Sarve Kushalina Hasanti. Just go and see in the Nripati Mandire. Nripatyaha Mandiraha, Nripati Mandiraha. That is the Tatpurusha Samasa. And it is the Sashti Vibhakti of the Tatpurusha. Nripatyaha Mandiraha, Nripati Mandiraha. Nripati Mandirasya Saptami Vibhakti Nripati Mandire, in the royal place. That is how it comes. Janaha, Janaha. So the people in the royal place, just see whether they are all comfortable, doing well, and so on. That's what the first message. Then Shringaverapuram Prapya Guham Gaha Gocharam Gahana Gocharam Nishadadhipatim Bruhi Kushalam Vachanan Mama. Shringaverapuram Prapya, go to Shringaverapura. Gahana Gocharam, right? They are all, living in the, caves and so on. Gahana Gocharam Goham. Who is the lord of the Nishadas? Nishada is a type of tribes, I think. Bruhi, please tell him. Kushalam, Vachanat Mamaha. Send my good greetings, my good words of this thing to him. This is what he says. See, look at Rama may be a great king of, Ikshvaku Kula and all that. Look at his sense of friendship and so on. So I think he considers Guha as a very, very important and a close friend and important person. That's why he wants to send message to him also. So Pritak Sandesham Preshayati Hanumadwara. So through Hanuman, he separately sends him communication in his name. Mama Vachanat Kushalam Bruhi. Say that Rama inquired all your goodness and all that. Basically, say, Rama is back. That is the way it is being communicated generally. So that's how he sends message to Guha and Bharata. Now, look at this. This is the greatness of Rama, which you will never see. These are the extraordinary points about Ramayana. So why did Rama send? That's a question. Why did Rama send Hanuman to see in advance? These two slokas say that. And there are some more slokas also. I just picked up only these two. But there's one sloka which says, even check the face of his color of his face. Assess the color of his face. Even like that, he gives very, intricate instructions to read how Bharata is placed mentally today. It's 14 years. So let us look at this. Etachrutva yamakaram bhajate bharatastatah sachate veditavyasya sarvam yachchapi mam prati. Etat Shutva, right? But some of the instructions I told her before. Look at his face. When you inform him, see how his face changes, color of his face. So many things are being told. Eta Shutva Yamakaram Bhajate Bharatastatah. Okay. After you having said, I am coming, Eta Shutva, that I am returning, right? Yamakaram Bharatah Yamakaram Bhajate Tatte Veditavyah. So you see how his face changes, and you should make an assessment of that. Veditavya syat. It ought to be known. It syat is ought to be known, right? Sarvam yachapi mam prati. So what does he wants to do with respect to me? It is 14 long years. Maybe he is deeply stooped in the comforts of being a king. For 14 years, he has been ruling Ayodhya with a certain level of comfort. That will show up in the way he speaks, in his body language, in the way his facial expression. So Rama is telling Hanuman that you need to sukshmataya, very delicately you must observe all these. Okay? Then tasya buddhim cha vijnaya vyavasayam cha vanara yavanna duram yataha sma kshipramagantum arhasi yavanna duram yata smaha kshipramagantum arhasi tasya buddhim cha vijnaya vyavasayam cha vanara यावत् न दूरं याताः स्मः क्षिप्रम् आगन्तुम् अर्हसि. Tasya buddhim. What is in his mind? Try to understand what is in his mind. Vyavasayam, his efforts and his perception and what he is going to do. Vijnaya, having got to know. Vijnaya, just like Shrutva is having heard, like that Vijnaya is having uh, gained an understanding of that. Hey Vanara, Buddhim cha Vyavasayam cha Vijnaya, Tasya Buddhim cha Vyavasayam cha Vijnaya, Hey Vanara, having known what exactly is going in his mind, okay, Yavat na duram yata smaha. Make sure that we have been progressed any further from, I am now telling you, from this point, we ought not to have progressed too far, which means if they have progressed too far, we will be almost at the doorstep of Ayodhya. Because Bharadwaja's ashram, when if you have come, it's just closer by, given the long distance that they have already traveled. So, yavat na duram yataha smaha, kshipram, quickly, agantum arhasi, you should come back to me with this piece of information in such a way. I mean, he is giving him a very little time. That is the point. In such a way that in very little time, I would like you to come back and tell me these details. Now, why does he want all these? Because I'm not getting into those details, because if for some reason, see, this is why Rama is so special. If for some reason, if Bharata is well settled as a king, Rama says, I don't want to disturb him, I'll go back. I'll go to some forest and be there. Tell me which leader will say that today. These fellows are all the time trying to find out by hook or crook, by all kinds of unholy alliances of people with no ideological commonality and so on. We will get back and get together and form government and usurp power by hook or crook. Contrast that with this person, Lord Rama, who is genuinely and by all means, in all moral, ethical, legal, whichever way you say, by all means, this throne has to be endowed to him, being the eldest son of Ikshvakukula. Yet, what he is saying, in 14 years, if Bharata had such a comfort, he got used to the comfort, and after all, he is doing a good job. See, there are two aspects. He first of all, he asked Bharadwaja, is everything going well? If everything was not going well, he would have never done this. You have to understand the psychology. Everything is going well. Bharadwaja Rishi has said that everything is going well in Ayodhya, which means I think Bharata is ruling the kingdom very well. That part is sorted out for Rama. Second part is, If Bharata is also deeply involved in being the king, then Rama asks, why should I disturb him? See the level of sacrifice, see the aparigraha. This is the heights of aparigraha. See how much of dispassionate way by which he can actually handle. Such people are great. Such people can handle anything, good or bad, in their life. That is what Rama is displaying through this attribute. So anyway, he tells Hanuman, check all that. Before I travel too far, you should come and tell me, so that if required, I have to take a decision. All those are implied and not brought it through these shlokas. So Hanuman goes, and then he saw Bharata. How was Bharata there? That is being described here. Dadarsh Bharatam Deenam Krishamashramavasinam Jatilam Maladigdangam Bhratrvyasana Karshitam Phala Moolashinam Dantam Tapasam Dharmacharinam Samunnata Jatabharam Valkalajinavasasam. It continues actually. So we will see only half of it here. The other half is in the next two shlokas. Anyway, we will see. Dadarsha, he saw Bharatam. So Hanuman saw Bharata. Dadarsha Bharatam. Deenam, he was so pathetic because of his separation. He was so pathetic. He put such a pathetic look. Deenam. Krisham Ashrama Vasinam. Because he is living in an ashrama, he has become very thin. Okay? He is become Krisham Ashrama Vasinam. Jatilam. He has matted his, Jatadari actually. Jatilam. Maladigdangam. His body is all dirt, which means he could have been the rightful king. He is not. The day he saw Rama go away and what he said 14 years back, he means it. He is in that same state, is what is the situation now. Maladigdangam. His body is all, angas, his limbs and all those are coated with with dirt actually, which means he has not taken great interest in many things in life except to carry on the wishes of his brother. Nothing more is interesting him. Bratru Vyasana Karshitam. The separation of his brother has affected him. Right? Karshitam. The Krisha is the Karshitam. Bratru Vyasana Karshitam. Pala Mula Ashinam. Pala Mula Ashinam. He was eating only roots and fruits. His subsistence was only on, in fact, how Rama lived for 14 years in the forest. Bharata exactly lived like that. That is what is being described here. He did not take any of the riches in his hand, although it was rightfully given to him even for a temporary time. Phala Moola Ashinam, eating only roots and fruits, right? Dantam, Dama, his senses are all subdued. He is all withdrawn. Tapasam, he was in tapas. He was all the time engaged in tapas. Tapasam. Dharmacharinam, who was always treading the path of Dharma. Charati iti charinaha. Brahme charati iti brahmachari. Dharme charati iti dharmachari. Dharmacharinam. Okay? Dharmacharinam. Samunnata jatabaram. Unnata jatabaram. He is his head is held high, but with a jata on the top of on his head. So he was not feeling low or anything like that on that account. Samunnata jatabharam. Valkala ajina vasasam. Valkala is the bark of the trees. Ajina is deer skin. So basically, he was dressing himself exactly like what Rama ought to have been doing. So Valkala Ajina Vasasam. Then Niyatam Bhavitatmanam Brahmarshi Samatejasam Padukete Puraskritya Prashasantam Vasundharam Chatur Varnasya Lokasya Trataram Sarvato Bhayat Upastitamamatyaischa Shuchibischa Purohitaihi. Niyatam, Niyatam is disciplined. Bhavita Atmanam. Atmanam is in Shuddha Bhava. It is always thinking about that ultimate. Bhavita Atmanam, Bhavita Atmanam. Brahmarshi Samatejasam. His tejas was, he looked like a Brahmarshi because he was Dantam, Tapasam, Dharmacharinam, all that we saw. And because of all of them, he was, he looked like a Brahmarshi. Brahmarshi Samatejasam. So these are all the description. So up till this is the description of how Hanuman actually saw Bharata. So that is what it is. And then it says, Padukete Puraskritya. So Rama's Paduka, that was celebrated with a lot of respect and so on. Padukete Puraskritya Prashasantam Vasundharam. He was keeping the Paduka as the reference and the authority, and he was doing the Prashasan of the Vasundhara, which is the, the Ayodhya, the country, Vasundharam. Okay. Chaturvarnasya Lokasya Trataram Sarvato Bhayat. So he was protecting all the people. He was protecting all the people from of the four Varnas. Everybody was taken care. Trayate iti kshatriyaha. So it's a kshatriya karya. So Sarvato Bhayat Trataram. He took care of every one of them with the authority of the Paduka, but himself being like a Brahmarshi, not into any of that. Then Upastitam Amatyaischa, all in the company of his ministers. Amatyais are ministers. Shuchibischa, pure people. Shuchibischa is pure people, who are all the, maybe the priests and all that. Purohitaihi. So all along with the Purohitas, all the priests also, all of them. So this is how Hanuman actually saw Bharata when he went. Ashokajai Pritimayai Kapimalingya Sambhramat Sishe Chabarata Shriman Vipulairashru Bindubihi. Ashokajaihi Pritimayaihi Kapim Alingya Sambhramat Sishecha Bharatah Shriman. Sishecha Bharatah Shriman. Sishecha Bharatah Shriman Vipulaihi Ashru Bindubihi. So what did Bharata do? Ashru Bindubihi, by the droplets of tears. Ashru is tear, Bindu is drops, So by the tear drops, Vipulaihi Ashrubi Bindubaihi, copious, was just shedding tears. Sishecha, Abhishecha, he actually did an abhisheka. More or less, that's what I mean. This is a poetic license. Basically, he profusely cried out of ananda. That is the meaning. Okay. Sishecha. Shriman Bharataha Sishecha. He actually, uh, bathed him with copious tears. Teardrops is what is the second line. Then Kapim Alangya Sambramat Kapim Alangya Ashokajaihi Pritimayaihi Sambramat, but with a lot of Ashokajai is one which does not create any anguish or shoka. Pritimayaihi with a lot of priti and eagerness and so on. Kapim Alingya. He actually embraced Hanuman and he copiously uh, shed teardrops. With that, he did an abhisheka of Hanuman, meaning he so profusely he cried out of ananda. So that is what it means. Devo va manusho va tvam anukrosha प्रियाख्यानस्य ते सौम्य ददामि भ्रुवत प्रियं देवो वा मानुषो वा त्वम् अनुक्रोशात् इह आगतः. That's what it is. Devaha va, I don't know whether you are a god. Manushaha va, I don't know whether you are a manushya. That also I don't know. Tvam Anukroshat iha agataha. Out of compassion. Anukrosha is compassion. Anukroshat. Out of compassion, you have come here today. Iha agataha. You come here today. Anukroshat iha agataha. Priyakhyanasya. Priya akhyanasya. You told something very sweet, very, very agreeable news to me. A Saumya. So Bharata was so happy to hear this. Dadami Bhravataha Priyam. I will tell you pleasant things because you have told me such a wonderful news which I have been waiting for. So Bhravataha Priyam Dadami. I will give very pleasant things for you. Actually, then he went on to say, I will give you all the gifts. In fact, any amount of gifts I give will not even, equalize what you have done. All those he says. Bharata. So Rama sent, look at this, this is the most interesting part. Rama sent Hanuman not to tell there is a VIP coming, make all arrangements so that he doesn't get upset. Rama sent Hanuman to explore a possibility of not going to Ayodhya if Bharata is really enjoying being a king, and anyway Bharadwaja Rishi has told he is ruling the kingdom very well. So if such a thing happens, Rama wants to, just go out of picture. That is why he sent, and Hanuman came and saw Bharata. Bharata is waiting for Rama, and he is so happy to hear that Rama is going to be here anytime soon. These are the very nice things about Bhratru Dharma and all that, which you see in Ramayana. So Ramayana is such a celebrated text because these are very unique ideas which you will not find. These are all the ideal ways of living, how the Paraspara Bhava between brothers. 126th Sarga. So Bharata, in this Sarga, Bharata actually asked Hanuman as to what happened to Rama after his return with his Padukas from Bharadwaja Rishi's ashrama, which was the end of the 119th Sarga in Ayodhya Kanda. So Bharata asked what happened. Then, all that happened was told. In the next 26 shlokas, he talks about what happened in the Aranya Kanda, Janasthana, everything Sita is taking away, all that he quickly explains. The next 11 shlokas, he explains the events that happened in Kishkinda and the Sundarakandam. And in the last 9 shlokas, he explained the remaining things up to what has happened now, and he tells him Rama will be here soon. So very quickly, Hanuman narrates all that has happened. Those are all part of this Sarga. So it is in a way a quick narration of what has happened. So I will only take the 55th shloka, which is the last shloka, which says what was Bharata's final word after he heard all these. That alone we will see. Tatasya vakyaiर्मधुरैर्हनुमतः निशम्य हृष्टो भरतकृताञ्जलिः उवाच वाणीं मनसः प्रहर्षिणीं चिरस्य पूर्ण खलु मे मनोरथः. Tatah, thereafter, Saha Vakyaihi Maduraihi Hanumataha Vakyaihi Maduraihi Nishamya Hrishta Saha Hrishtaha Bharataha Okay, so we are back after a bit of a disruption. Yes. So Kritanjalihi, I was saying Kritanjalihi, with his folded hands, Uvacha, Vanim Manasaha Praharshinim Vanim. The words which are so, gives him happiness. Praharshinim Vanim, Purnaha Kalu Me Manoratah. The words that you have said has fulfilled me after a long time. Kalu, Purnaha Kalu. So I have been waiting for Chirasya Purnaha Kalu. For a long time I have been waiting, and what you have said has fulfilled that I was waiting for a long time. So Bharata finally uttered only one sentence saying, I look forward to receiving my great brother. So that is what happened in this Sarga. 127th Sarga. This is where the brothers and the mothers finally meet Rama. 127 Sarga, 64 verses are there. First 22 verses, Bharata and Shatrughna and the ladies, the mothers, all the important ministers, Vasishta, everybody set out to Nandigrama to receive Rama actually. I don't think Vasishta is mentioned. Maybe the elders and the ministers. They all set out to Nandigrama to receive Rama, which is perhaps the outskirts of Ayodhya. Okay. Then verses 23 to 45, Bharata finally sees Rama in the company of all Vanara leaders and Vibhishana, of course, and is completely rejoiced. That expressions are very good. I will take a few shlokas from this chapter actually. And then 46 to 64, Rama offers his pranams to the mothers, sages, etc. Then Bharata returns, there are very emotional shlokas actually. Bharata returns the Paduka to Rama. Rama sends back the Pushpaka Vimana to Kubera. This Ravana usurped the Pushpaka from Kubera. So Rama said it should go to the place where it belongs. So I don't think he asked even the permission of Vibhishana. Vibhishana would have been agreeable to it. So therefore he simply sends the Pushpaka Vimana back to Kubera. So that also comes to an end. That Pushpaka Vimana thing also comes to its logical end here. So these are all part of this Sarga. We will see some shlokas here. Shankaberi ninadaischa vandibhischabhinanditaha Aryapadau grihitva tu Shirasa dharma kovidaha Panduram Chatramadaya Shuklamalyopasobhitam Shukle cha balavyajane Rajarhe Hema Bhushite. This continues actually, but I will stop here. We'll see this and then see the remaining meaning. So how did actually Bharata come? That is being described. Bharata is come to receive Rama, no? How was that scene looking like? That is what these shlokas are actually describing. Shanka Beri Ninadaischa, by the blasting or beating, whatever you want to say, of Shanka and Beri. Ninadaischa, the sound of conches and the kettle drums. The Shanka is the conch and Beri are those kettle drums. So the beating or the blast of the conches and the kettle drums. Vandibischa Binanditaha, you know, all the people, Vandis are all Vandibihi. They are all very happy, looking forward. Uh, Aryapado Grihitvatu, that for him, that sandals are the Aryapada. He's representative of his celebrated brothers, uh, two padas actually. So Aryapado Grihitva, Shirasa tu Grihitva. He was holding the two padukas on his head like this. Shirasa tu Grihitva. He is carrying it in his head. See, carrying in on the head is the ultimate form of devotion. You would have seen it in a lot of practices. Even today, you see it, right? If you have to carry, anything to Abhisheka, you carry something or take a 40 days. Oh, you go and see from people walk from Bombay to Nashik by walk. So they carry a pallak, small pallaki or something like that with all fruits and whatever thing they have. So when you have utmost devotion, you carry it Shirasa Grihitva. So for him, the two wooden sandals are exactly his brother, representation of his brother. That's why with uh, carrying them on his head, Shirasa Dharma Kovidaha, one who is very this thing in Dharma. Panduram Chatram. See, Panduram Chatram is white umbrella. So white umbrella is used only for Chakravartis. White umbrella is used only for this the head of an institution or the head of the country. For them only white umbrella is used. So even if you go to some of the mutt, you will see Mata Dipa Acharya, they will carry a white umbrella actually. So the white umbrella is, we all carry black umbrella, right? So white umbrella is for the Panduram Chatram Adaya, because he is the Chakravarti now. And that Panduram Chatram, not a day Bharata used. He must have kept it in a folded condition. Now he has put it out because Chakravarti is coming now. Panduram Chatram Adaya Shukla Malya Upashobhitam. Shukla Malya Upashobhitam, which was decorated with white mala, right? Um, so he is carrying that white mala also. Shukla Malya Upashobhitam. Shuklecha Vala Vyajane. So these two Vyajanas, they are also white. Rajargha, these are all for the king to be. See, all these, Panduram Chatram, Shukla Malya, Shukla Mala, Shukle Bala Vajana. So that is the Aryapada. Vala Vyajane, Rajargha, these are all worthy for a king or a Chakravarti. Then Hema Bhushite, all these are decorated with gold. So all those he is taking. This is what he is taking. Now it is description of who is taking, how he looked like, along with whom. That is contained here. Upavasa Krisho Dinaha Chira Krishna Jinambaraha Praturagamanam Shutva Tatpurvam Harshamagataha Pratyudyayo Tadaramam Mahatma Sachivaisaha. Upavasa Krishaha, because he has been fasting. Because he has been, in fact, many of these descriptions are very similar to what was described of Sita in Sundarakanda. Upavasha, Krisha, Malina, all those you will find there also. So Upavasa Krisha, one who has become very weak or very thin because of Upavasa, Deenaha, who is felt very miserable because he was feeling very miserable throughout the 14 years. His mother's foolish act has landed him in a position which he never wanted to be. So Deenaha, Chira Krishna Ajina Ambaraha. Chira is cloth which is black. Ajina Ambaraha. Okay. The black deer, Ajina Ambara. So with that skin of the black antelope. So this is the description of the person who is carrying. What he is carrying is there in the previous shloka. Bratuhu agamanam, braturagamanam. In Sandhi, that visarga has become ra, a, ir, and then a become ra. Braturagamanam is bratuhu agamanam. Bratuhu agamanam shutva, having heard the arrival of his brother, tatpurvam ashamagataha. He, on hearing it, he became happy. Purvam also means before. Purvam means first time also. There is another meaning like that. So here the translation says being happy for the first time, which is fine after 14 years. Pradyudyayo tadaramam Mahatma Sachivaihi Saha. So he advanced at that point in time. Mahatma Sachivaihi Saha. So along with the ministers and all that, he actually went in terms forward. So this is a description of how Bharata is actually anxiously going to see his brother. Valmiki has so beautifully described all these in these shlokas. Then Bharata says this. After hearing all that has happened, he says, Ata Bravidraja Putraha Sugrivam Vanararshabham Parishwajya Maha Teja Bharato Dharminambaraha. Atha, thereupon, thereafter, Abravit, told, Kaha Rajaputraha. In fact, if you read before, you'll Bharataha. Bharataha is here. Rajaputraha Bharataha. Dharminam Varaha. The Dharminam Varaha is again adjective for Bharata. And Mahateja, that is also an adjective for Bharata. So Rajaputraha Mahatejaha Bharataha Dharminam Varaha Bharataha. One who is best among those who can follow Dharma. Dharminambaraha, Bharataha, who is Rajaputraha, obviously he is also the son of Dasharatha, Mahatejaha, right? Vanarashabam, which is Sugriva. Vanarashabha is the best of the Vanaranam Rishabam. Rishabha is generally used for leader. The word Rishabha is used in Sanskrit for indicating a leader. So Vanaranam Rishabha, Vanarashabha. So the leader of the monkey, the best of the monkey. So Vanarashabam Parishwajya, he embraced. Parishwajya Ataha Ata Abravid. He said like this. So what did Bharata say? That comes in the second shloka. Tvamasmakam Chaturnam Vai Bhrata Sugriva Panchamaha Sauharda Jayate Mitram Apakaro Rilakshanam Tvam Asmakam Chaturnam Vai Brata Sugriva Panchamaha Sauhardat. That it and ij, it plus Jayate become, it will become ij. That is, it converts into the next letter. That is a Sandhi rule. So Sauhardat Jayate Mitram. Apakaraha arilakshanam. Apakarori lakshanam. Apakaraha arilakshanam. So, Tvam, you, Sugriva, Tvam Sugriva, Asmakam Chaturnam, the four of us, our four brothers, Panchamaha Bhrata. You are the fifth brother. Why is, it is more for, I think that eight aksharas are required for a anushtup. It is missing. That's why that Y is coming. Tvam, as, ma, kam, cha, tur, nam. Only 7 are there. To make it 8, the Y or he, cha, all those are coming. So Y is indeed, it's just a, to make good the anushtup chandas. So Tomasmakam Chaturnam Vai Prata Sugriva Panchamaha. You are our fifth brother. For all the four of us, you are the fifth brother. That's what Bharata says after he heard about what all the help Sugriva has given for this whole thing. Then he says, Sauhardat Jayate Mitram. The definition of a friend is one who is Suhrad, good-hearted, good-natured. They become actually friends. Sauhardat Jayate Mitram. Apakaraha Arilakshanam. The Ari is enemy. So the Lakshana of enemy is to do a lot of adversity to you, to nullify your action, to trouble you when you are doing something. Those are all the Lakshana of Ari. You are such a Suhrd, you Sauhardat Jayate Mitram. So you have become our fifth brother, is what Bharata says here. Paduke te tu Ramasya grihitva Bharata swayam charanabhyam narendrasya yojayamasa dharmavit. Te paduke. See, te, here, this te has come many times. I do not know. I forgot to mention to you. Te is actually dvivachanam. Ta te taha. Saha taute. Tam te tani. Paduka, padukani, paduka. No, paduka is strilinga. So ta te tani. Ta te taha. So te is dvivachanam strilingam. Paduka is feminine word. So paduke, paduke te. So paduka, paduke, padukaha. So this is there are two, no? That's why this everywhere you will see paduke te. I forgot to mention that grammar to you. Paduke te is two padukas. That's a strilinga actually. Paduke te, Ramasya paduke te. Again, the two is there. The two may be just for Anushtup Chandas. The two is just that. Okay. Paduke Ramasya te paduke grihitva. Having taken those pair of sandals of Rama, Swayam grihitva Bharataha. He himself took that two sandals of Rama. Narendrasya charanabhyam naranam indraha narendraha. This again Tatpurusha Samasa. Naranam indraha narendraha. Tasya narendrasya. So Naranam Indraha is the lord of the Nara, which is Rama. Right? So Narendrasya charanabhyam. Again Dvivachanam. Charanabhyam. Right? Charane, charanabhyam, charanabhyam. Like that. Right? So charanabhyam, Narendrasya charanabhyam, yojayamasa, dharmavit. One who knows dharma, dharmavit. One who is knower of all dharma, who is none other than Bharata, himself picked up the two sandals and he actually put it at the near the legs of Rama and asked him to wear it actually. That is, so you picture this scene actually. That is what is happening here. Then what did he say? Abravicha tada Ramam Bharatasya kritanjalihi etatte sakalam rajyam nyasam niryatitam maya. Abravicha. It becomes ich. Just like a little while ago, it became ij. Similarly, it become ich. It depends on the next word. So abravicha, abravit, abcha, abravit cha, tada, Bharataha abravit, Ramam abravit, Saha Bharataha tada Ramam abravit. That's how it comes. Saha Bharataha tada abravit Ramam. Cha, also he told. Kritanjalihi, again with folded hands. Kritanjalihi abravit, Bharataha abravit. What did he say? Etat te sakalam rajyam. This is not, this entire country is, this entire sovereignty is yours. Etatte sakalam rajyam nyasam niryatitam maya. It's like a deposit which I have been protecting for all these years. I am now, by giving the pair of sandals and worshipping him, is that I am returning back. Look at the spirit of this whole contract. Today we write contract for hundreds of pages, legal document. There is a huge legal team which is vetting. See, in this country, I have been thinking about it. In this country, we don't write detailed. These days we are doing, because this is the Western influence. Everything has to be written in clear-cut terms and signed on the dotted line, make 2 copies and then exchange both copies with us and then keep it. All these we have imbibed now, because I think our moral standards have also corrupted. In Krita Yuga, it was not like that. Bharata said something, Kaikeyi said something, Dasharatha did an angikara of it, and then everybody held their promise. Nothing was in return. Everything is high values. The words are more, face value of the words are much more valuable than your legal documents. Today it is not like that, because there is some amount of erosion of dharma that has happened. So we have to make sure, even if you give a house for rent, you have to get a rental agreement signed, because there is so much of distrust, there is so much of suspicion that something will happen. Whereas look at here, the 2 sandals he picked 14 years back, saying these sandals are actually Rama and I'll rule the country like that. It's all on face value. Today he comes back and gives the 2 sandals and says the country is yours, finished, no paperwork, nothing. Everything is over. But this is a very high value system. I don't know whether we can ever go anywhere near, but in rural parts of the country, even today, a vast majority of things are done in good faith. Good faith and trust are very, very important. They are the oil which lubricates the society. Once in a while, people may get cheated, but just because people may get cheated once in a while, we should never undermine the value of trustworthiness. Once in a while, people will get cheated, but developing a system with the trustworthiness, that is why I think family life is still running. There is a lot of trustworthiness between the husband and wife, father, mother, son, daughter, and we have not done paperwork yet. Otherwise, everything we have to do paperwork also. So that is a different culture which we have gotten into. But here, look at what is happening. Ultimate display of trust and trustworthiness and belief and values and all that. That's what you see in these shlokas. Tata bruvanam bharatam drishtva bhratruvatsalam mumuchurvanara bhashpam rakshasascha vibhishanaha. I mean, Vishna, Sugriva, Jambavan, Nala, Neela, Hanuman, everybody is around. Sushena, everybody is there. They are stunned by seeing what is going on here. This is unparalleled. Everything is on face value and good faith and devotion and brotherly love, affection and respect and all that. So tata bruvanam bharatam drishtva, they saw, seeing Bharata speaking like this. Tam bhratrivassalam bharatam drishtva, everything is the adjective for Bharatam. Bruvanam is for Bharatam, Tam is for Bharatam, Bhratrivassalam is also for Bharatam. So, Bhratrivassalam, this Vasalya that he has towards his brother, Bhratrivassalyam drishtva, Bruvanam Bharatam Bhratravasalyam Tam Drishtva Mumuchuhu. Mumuchuhu means released. Moksha, we say, no? Moksha. Mumuchuhu. Mumuchuhu is released. Mumuchuhu. Vanaraha Bashpam. I think tears came out of their eyes. Out of the eyes of the Vanara leaders who were there. Mumuchuhu Vanaraha Bashpam. Rakshasascha Vibhishanaha. Vibhishana was also moved. Vibhishana, and they were stunned by what, I mean, this scene, you have to read this whole sarga. I just brought a few shlokas which has more or less captured the essence. Maybe a few more shlokas I could have added just to, make this. But imagine this, what high standards of living, to be brothers, to be, respectful of each other, to be caring of each other. Rama said, if Bharata is ruling the country very well, look at how each one of them is competing with one another to show the standards of brotherly affection, brotherly respect and love and all that. That Bhratru Dharma we can see only in Ramayana. All the four brothers were not found wanting. They were all the time competing with one another. So they will all, if you put them on a tola, they will all measure the same way. That is the heights of Bhratru Vatsalya and Dharma. So on seeing it, Vibhishana and Vanaras, they just shed tears. Just they were moved. Shed tears means they were stunned by what they saw. Anyway, a point is that Bharata has handed back the kingdom by symbolically carrying the Padukete, both the Padukas on his head, bring it, put it in front of his brother, ask him to, with Kritanjali, ask him to take it and say, I surrender the kingdom back to you. So symbolically, the 14 years, everything is over. The, the country, the sovereignty has been returned to Rama. And every vow, every promise has been upheld, right from Dasharatha to Kaikeyi to everything is upheld now. In between, so many things could have happened, but every promise, every vow, every word that was uttered was made meaningful. Everything came to a final conclusion. So what remains now is only Rama Pattabhisheka. That alone remains. So we will see. What I am going to do now is I am going to just narrate the structure of the last sarga, which is 127th sarga, which is Rama Pattabhisheka, and 128. There's an error here. 120. Sorry, I corrected them and just give me a minute. Yes, sorry. Okay. So what is remaining is only Pattabhisheka, which is to be done, which is the last sarga of Valmiki Ramayanam. The Uttarakanda is generally not, traditionally that is not counted as part of Valmiki Ramayana. So we will end only with the Pattabhisheka sarga. Although I told you Uttarakanda is also much bigger. There's a assorted stories, not necessarily in a chronological order, but a lot of stories which are all related to so many events happening before, after, all those are there. We may not see that. So what we may have to see is only the Pattabhisheka. So what I'm going to do is to actually show the structure of the Pattabhisheka Sarga today. And then I think Ramanavami is coming very soon. So my heart, I feel that we have to recite a few shlokas from the Pattabhisheka Sarga on the Ramanavami day. We will have a special session on that day in which I will take a few shlokas from Ramarajya, description of Ramarajya and the Palashruti of the epic. That alone we will see in one more session. For now, I will show you the broad structure of the Pattabhisheka Sarga. So 128th Sarga is Pattabhisheka, Rama's Pattabhisheka, and there are 125 verses in this Sarga, and first 26 shlokas Rama and Sita and all the ladies are bathed, decorated, set to enter Ayodhya. Sumantra actually draws them in the chariot actually at the appointed time. Then shlokas 27 to 56. Rama and Sita enter Ayodhya for a roaring reception throughout the city. But there are some nice shlokas there. You know, when the Ratha is passing through Dasharatha's palace, um, you know, Rama asks to stop, and then he offers pranams to Kausalya. Then he tells Sugriva and his friends, "This is my palace," and you know, the niceties are there. All those are there. They are given roaring reception. They go through the main streets of the city, and then they reach the place where Pattabhisheka is to be done. All those are described in 27 to 56. And then 57 to 90. Uh, then actually Shatrugna is the master of ceremonies. He is the one who makes all arrangements. You will feel it when you read. Wherever Shatrugna comes in Ramayana, find he is actually the person who arranges everything. He is at the background, but he arranges. So Shatrugna requests the Vanara leaders, you know, ask them to go to all the four directions and fetch waters from the oceans. So Hanuman goes, Jambavan, Sushena, and Neela. They all go to different south, north, west, and so on. They bring the other Vanaras bring water from all the rivers, which is what is happening now. If you all remember, that is what is happening now. We are taking river water from all places, and we are going to take it to Ayodhya, where the temple is coming. So it is actually reenacting this part of Pattabhishekam Sarga actually. And then Vasishta performs, Vamadeva, everybody is there. He performs the Pattabhisheka, and that crown jewel which Manu was wearing, Vasishta places it, and Rama said all those are very beautifully explained. And then Rama gives so many gifts to the Ritviks and his friends. Sita, actually, there is a very special shloka in which Sita keeps looking at Hanuman all the time, and finally she utters a very special sentence and gives her hara, Mukta hara to Hanuman. They are very moving shlokas. All that happens, and Satkara happens to everyone, and they all, you know, there is a vivid description of Vibhishana is going, by name it is all described. Vibhishana is going back to his place, Sugriva is going back to his place. Like that, all those are described in those shlokas 57 to 90. Then shloka 91 to 106 is a description of Ramarajya. How did Rama rule the country when he was, you know, after the Pattabhisheka, when he actually, Rama makes Lakshmana the, you know, crown prince, and then he ruled for 1100 years, all those. And then there's a description of how was the Ramarajya. All those are there in shlokas 91 to 106. And then finally the last 19 shlokas are Palashruti for the epic. It's a very nice Palashruti. We should get all those benefits. There is a very detailed Palashruti. So therefore, what I am planning is to have a session on Ramanomi Day. Ramesh will, you know, I will discuss with Ramesh, and we'll, you know, it comes on 21st of 18th or 18th of April, 21st of April, I think. Comes on 21st of April, I think. It is the middle of the day, but it doesn't matter, because we have so patiently have gone through Ramayana for 4 years. So this Palashruti and Ramarajya, we must read the shlokas. I will do a recital of the shloka, and in between I'll give the meaning of those quickly also. But we should hear those Palashruti and all that, which we will do on Ramanomi Day. Timing, instead of 4:30, if you want to do it at 5:30 also, we can do that. All that Ramesh will inform the group. So with this, I think by the grace of Sita Lakshmana, Bharata Shatrugna, Hanuman Sameda, Ramachandra Murti, we have at one level brought Ramayana to its logical end. Ityashe Srimad Ramayane Adikavye Yuddha Kandam Sampurnam Srimad Valmiki Ramayanam Sampurnam Om Tatsat Brahmarpanam Astu. So we will finish with our Mangala Shloka. Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaha गोब्राह्मणेभ्यो शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितो ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः अपुत्रा पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः अधना सधना सन्तु जीवन्तु शरदां शतं शृण्वन् रामायणं भक्त्या यः पादं पदमेव वा स याति ब्रह्मणस्थानं ब्रह्मणा पूज्यते सदा हरि ओम शृण्वन् रामायणं भक्त्या यः one who with devotion listens to Ramayanam. Padam padamevava, either a one quarter of a shloka or even one pada. One pada means word. Saha brahmanaha yati sthanam. He will reach the ultimate brahmasthanam. Brahmana pujyate sada. Let that benefit be with all of us. With these few words, let me finish today's class, and we will not have any class in between. We will meet again only on Ramanavami day for Ramarajya and Palashruti of Ramayana. Thank you very much. Shubharatri.